It's gonna be a quick live. Cold. Um, it has been brought to my attention that people are upset because I speak about politics. And I mean, I receive a lot of comments like, why do you speak on politics? Why do you talk about politics? What is the point? And the point is, here is the point. It needs to be talked about. Why should I be silent? Do we see, don't, I mean, can't you see what's happening within our country? And why wouldn't anybody be concerned? You know what I'm saying? It's it's crazy. It's just, I mean, I don't understand like why people feel that way. I don't know. I don't know. Why is it bad? Why is it bad? Won't reveal secret life as CIA spy to family after retirement. That is exciting. Wow. Their mom was a secret. Their mom was a CIA spy. Whoa. Hey Beth Bits and Pieces. Good morning. How is Dolly? Dolly is doing great. Dolly and I actually spoke earlier, and she wanted to go live earlier, but I was like, I don't know. um, but she'll be back up. She'll be back up on the channel sometime this week. Beth, you gotta keep an eye out for her because it's gonna be hilarious. She's crazy. Dolly just doesn't care about what people say. Dolly is Dolly is a black Republican and absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I love her for that. I love her for that. I love her craziness. Um okay, hey Daniel. Daniel says hi. Hi. Daniel said hi. Hi Daniel. Beth Bits and Pieces says, laughing my ass off. She cracked me up. Beth, that's the whole point, right? To laugh and to, we are going through so much. Obviously, you know, I mean, I know you're in the UK and stuff, but you're going through so much in the UK. You know, we going through a lot over here in the USA. Everybody, all ethnicities, all walks of life, people are going through so much. I don't care if you got $1 in the bank. I don't care if you got $1 million in the bank. People still going through so much. It's a lot of people battling, mental illnesses, and they're depressed, and they're just like they don't know why they feel. They don't know. They don't even know why they're crying, why they're so upset, why they're so bothered. I can tell you this much. I know why I'm a bit bothered because I can't speak about politics, and people who have once like watched me don't want to watch me now because, oh, you bring up politics too much. Well, here's the problem. Here lies that problem. The reason why I want to get people attention and I use my platform from this, but I use my platform for this, but I use my platform for all things. But the reason why it's important is because, do you see what's going on? You see what's going on. There are things I don't even agree with President Trump, but I do agree with a lot of the things because you know what? Yeah, he's trying his best to make America great again. So therefore, it's gonna have to get a little messy before it gets better, and it's just irritating. So like, why can't I talk about these things? Why is this bothering people? But you see I'm keeping it real. You see that my thumbnail, which I just I screenshot it, I kind of blew it up, put a little red circle around it. That's the truth. You have Democrats who are rattling, obviously against everything that Trump is saying, but then they are actually confessing that, hey, we're not happy about what's going on in our party, which is the liberal Democrat party. They're not happy about what's going on their side because both parties has their ups and downs or their positives and negatives. But if you don't talk about these things, nothing is going to get resolved if you don't speak about it. I think the American people, I'm gonna be honest, I think the American people, I think their voice isn't being heard because I feel like a lot of people like want to push things under the rug. They think that it's not serious. They think like far as if they don't vote or if they don't bring this up far as like far as like a discussion that it's not important or it's not important for these things to be discussed, and it's very important. It needs to be discussed. Government name says bald head. Who? What are you talking about, bald head? A bit like me then. UK is crap at the moment. A lot of people says America is crap. You know who Dixon Myers? I I think you're trying to troll because that's if I say that very like as it's written, I think that's a very bad thing. And I don't think that's cool, Bando. Bando arms, I don't think that's cool. Why are you coming here and talking about who Dick's son, my ass? I think that you're being bad. Magnus Kane says true. John Smith says Bando, no one cares. Clearly, Bando. You need some attention. And when you come to my channel, I'm gonna acknowledge everybody, trolls or whatever the case may be. You ain't gotta try that hard. You're gonna be acknowledged because I feel like we all matter. You're not some little. You're not AI. You're a real person who needs to take really what I'm saying and what other people are saying seriously. You need to take it seriously. I'm just keeping it real. It ain't on that doorstep yet, but it will be. What? Um, what do you mean? Idiot says hi. Okay, we got a comment here for reviews. Oh gosh, you said I. Oh my, that's disgusting. Sub ox Chevy windows on the bus and got kicked off, or rather, I jumped out of the windows to avoid charges. You're disgusting, and you need help, and I'm gonna pray for you. What is wrong with y'all people? Dude asking who Dixon is in every channel. Seriously, John Smith? So this person goes to every channel and says that crazy stuff? That's horrible. Ban Bandit is a homo. Let me tell you this. I don't care. See, this is the problem with people. Probably is too. But I don't care, homosexual, heterosexual. I don't care if you identify as a damn peacock. Why do you have to come in and disturb people and be like extra? What's the point? Isn't it too damn early or probably too late for some of y'all in some areas? What's the point of doing that? Especially when you have a host who is serious, who, as people come in, I greet everyone. Like, there's no need, like, to want to stand out, especially with ignorance. Shall we give him some attention? Beth, you know what? Here's the deal. It doesn't even take for people to do that for me to give them attention. I acknowledge everybody. I try my best to at least. But when you coming in, you trolling, you being ignorant, that's why. And that he or she could very well be an American who is playing, who is just like who doesn't care. And this is why we're in a state that we're in now. Because you're playing and you're joking when you need to be sitting up here doing your research and really trying to make a difference. But you're not making a difference when you come into people's shit and you try to upset them or bother them. That's the problem. Um, Mr. Get Up in there, be real. You like, man, you L-Y Zesty. Are you saying look Zesty? So, okay, Mr. Get Up in there. What's the okay, what is the whole deal with y'all coming in saying that? Honestly, um, you must be that way, which I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. But it must be it's a reflection of yourself, right? When you ask those things, it's really a reflection of yourself. And I think that, and And also be original. Why is it that when you come on YouTube, that's the number one people thing, that's the number one thing people are saying. I was in a chat and I'm not gonna call, well, I guess I can call her name because I don't want y'all trolling and stuff, whatever. But Life with Shoshana like broke my heart. I was in her live stream and she was very emotional and she just has a heart of gold. This woman is incredible. She's she's battling so much, and I don't want y'all joking about anything because it's dear to my heart with everything that she's going through. But anyway, I was in her live stream and I had came in because I had just finished a case last night at work and I had hopped in her live stream. Literally, the woman just I saw her crying. She brought me to tears. But do you realize that she was crying, so she wasn't really reading all the comments. And the comments, people coming in, these trolls, I'm talking about, this is not no damn artificial intelligence. These are real people. And people think that it's all children. No, the fuck it's not. It's some of these people older than my ass. And I'm 38 years old. Actually, I'm 63. I'm 63, about to be 64 next month, Lord willing. But anyway, people coming in and being disrespectful and disturbing. And it's like, why? Why? So I think when people do that, it's a reflection. It's their character is speaking. You guys have something mentally going on with yourselves, and that's the issue. That's the problem. Like it, like I don't even think that America is the problem. It's the people. It's the Americans. Don't you get what I'm saying? It's the people within this country. Because when you're doing live streaming, and you being serious. I'm not trolling you guys. Okay, I'm not coming in and being disrespectful or being funny. I ain't even Dolly ain't even popping up here. So what's the reason to say these horrible things? It's because you're that way. It's because you have a problem. And they were even saying that type of stuff in her chat. And I said, I think that's what these people do. They just go to everybody live streams and do these crazy things. Like it's stupid stuff. Like dumb. That's so stupid. Why people ain't interested, it don't get in why people ain't interested, it don't involve them yet. Mr. Get Up there, bro, can't read. No, I can't read. I have 4 degrees and 1 certificate, but I read on the 3rd grade reading level. Is that a problem? Huh? Is that a problem that I can't read? It's not nice to sit up here and point out people's flaws. Sandra Will says, good morning from Harvest, Alabama. Good morning, Sandra. How you doing? Sandra, I am from Columbus, Mississippi. I've been to Alabama many times. I've been to Mobile, Vernon, Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa's like 50 some minutes from Columbus. I go to Tuscaloosa a lot. It's other parts of Alabama I go to. It starts with an S. Savory. I forgot because. Oh man, I forgot the name of that small town, but I love Alabama. Thank you for coming in here. There are all kinds of mental problems out there. John Smith, it is. And you know what? And I think, and a lot of it goes undiagnosed, especially in the black community. I know this for a fact because when I was growing up, like I had family members and you see people around I grew up in the projects in Mississippi and you see people walking around and I'm like, man, they talking to themselves. They're, like they seem to be just normal people, right? But they got some going on mentally, and you just never know. You never know what they went through, what they've gone through. But I try my best not to be judgmental, but definitely, I think therapy. Hopefully, some of my live streams can be therapeutic for others, but I think people really do need to seek help. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, when you look at today, what's happening in today's world and not just in America but in the world, I'm thinking like it's a lot of mental health. It's real. I mean, even with these celebrities and people, I mean, people are hurting people like crazy, and people saying, well, that's always been the case, Terrence. I'm like, no, statistically it has increased. It has increased. It's just really, really sad. It's really bad. Y'all see what even Beth, you even said you was like, UK is in a really bad place. So the UK is in a bad place. America's in a bad place. If you ask me, China's in a bad place. I mean, all these places, all these countries, all these areas are in a bad place. And people want to sit up here and talk about government, but it's the people within these places. We have to. I think if we help ourselves instead of when people do live streams and people are serious, I think that when we can come in and all be positive and actually try to make a difference, that little bit, just even within these live streams, that little bit is going to make a difference in the long run. But when you sit up here, you play games nonstop. This is why we're in this dilemma. That's just my opinion. Um, Ebony Purdy said, "Child, petty." Um, Swamp Rat said, "Got that right." Um, Mr. Get Up There, you need some tone in your voice. What do you mean I need tone in my voice? What okay, so what is the problem with you, Mr. Get Up in There? Say it with your chest gang. Say it with my chest. What are you talking about? What is wrong with you? You need to say it with me. I need Jesus. Okay? Say that. Say it aloud. 1, 2, 3. I need Jesus. John Smith said Tim Dillon can barely read. Self-Made J said on gang, Lil Bro sound like one of them. Let's get it on 1J. He say everyone putting up saying that same shit. That's the problem. Mr. Get Up in There laughing. No, I'm saying putting up into everybody live stream. Mr. Get Up in There, you need to get the hell up. You need to get the hell up out of there. Okay? Because you up in there too damn much. You need to get up out of there because you probably doing things that you don't need to be doing. And I'm just saying you probably really need to seek some help. Johnny Ruiz says, "Oh, you're not a YN. You are old head. Stop judging the chat." Michael Portney 64 LO. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Yes, I'm gonna be 64 next month, Lord willing. I'm 63 now. I think I look pretty good for 63. You don't like America's move your black ass to Canada. Excuse me, Johnny Road? You telling me to move to Canada? Actually, I've been to Canada twice. Canada's fun, but hell, Canada ain't no damn better. First of all, I didn't say that I don't like some Americans, and but I love America. I don't like some of the people that's in this country because of exactly some of the like what you're doing with the way in which you do it is exactly why I don't like it because I have some issues. You're like, get the fuck up out. Okay, why the need to even say that? Why the need? Why? What's the point? Like, okay, so why can't I talk about politics? Why can't I talk about politics? So because I don't like what's going on now, I got to move away from the country that I was born in. I'm American fucking made. I don't have to move away. I feel like what the fuck am I talking about? I know my fucking amendments, and I know for a fact I can speak on what the fuck I want to speak on. That's the problem. Like, so I'm speaking. Speaking and conduct are two different things. I'm not sitting up here threatening you guys. I'm not sitting up here being combative. I'm not sitting up here walking up to people at work or walking down the street and stuff and punching people because, oh, they like, Kamala Harris. No, I'm not sitting up here shooting no damn body. I save lives for a fucking living. And at the end of the day, I'm going to speak on these things because it's necessary. And if I want to speak on it, and if I bring it up, that doesn't mean that okay, if I have a problem with it, I gotta move. No, this is my country just as well as is yours. And if you don't use your voice, you're the one that's making this a terrible place to be in because you need to speak up. We need to speak up, people, and it's a time to speak up. That obviously the devil's real, just as real as God is real, the devil is real. Why the hell are you guys being silent? Speak up and let's come to some type of understanding. We're not going to agree on everything and stuff, but why can't both parties and even people who are not a part of any party, why can't we come to some type of understanding and let's get better? Let's make this better. Coach Ray, hey, good morning. How you doing, bro? Good morning. Self-Made J said, hell no, we ain't doing this to everybody. Self-Made J, what are you talking about? Jimmy Shin, you don't have any degrees. Okay, if I didn't have any degrees, it doesn't matter. Okay, but I do. I have a bachelor's in kinesiology, a bachelor's in health administration, have an associate's in applied science, surgical technology, and an associate's in physical and persistence, and I have a certificate of first assist. I have 4 degrees and 1 certificate. I have no reason to lie. First of all, Jimmy, what does it matter? What's the point? Hmm? What's the point? What's the point of you coming in and trying to sit up here and put down a brother? You know, put down an individual. What's the like? What are you gaining? Like what do you win? Do you win a award or something? What's the reason for that? Coach Rank, thank you for saying hi, bro. How you been? Hope you're doing well. Mr. Get up in there saying with your chest. You keep saying say it with your chest. How about you say this with your chest? I need help. I need Jesus. I need help. I need Jesus. Say that 10 times fast with your chest. Be a man. You be a girl. I don't know. Like I don't know what's the point of you saying that? Why do you only have a fairy grade reading level? Dorothy, oh my gosh, Dorothy Hubbard, why do you guys come in and you troll? What's the problem with you guys? Why do y'all do that? I'm dead. You said, dude, on this bitch talking about feelings. I'm dead. Are you serious right now? First of all, I wish you really wouldn't say that because it's important that we realize. Okay, here's the deal. Yeah, you can say fuck your feelings, but we do need to care though. We do need to care, and that's the problem. You have delusions of grandeur. You act like and talk like a female dog. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, I think a lot of more people, females rule the world. By the way, you know, will not Kamala Harris as, but I think a lot of people do need to sit up here and understand because obviously females are seem like they're smarter than men nowadays. Because look at what you're saying. Look at what you're doing. You need help. Don't say the chosen ones. Jane Boone, Rudy, Martina, Democrat Party in a bad place. Democrat Party is in a bad place. I agree. I agree. And let me tell you, there are some pros and cons to both parties. I am Republican. I've always been. Let me tell you, I've always supported the Republican Party, even when I was a little younger, and because I started voting obviously at the age of 18. But it was just like I would secretly vote for the Republican Party, and I knew for a fact like friends and family was voting Democrat. I was afraid to talk about it. And so now that I'm older, now that I'm more I'm stronger, I'm able to talk about these things and stuff, and it's not a bad thing. People don't want to bring it up, and jobs don't want you to bring it up because I feel like it starts conflicts. But see, that's the problem. Society wants us to hush. Society wants us to hush. And for me, that's an issue. That's a huge issue. We shouldn't have to be quiet about certain things. We shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This ceiling fan has my nose running. Um uh why better? You need Diddy. Tell me that's horrible. Um, Cotrain says, thank you, Cotrain. 25 says, you gotta have a pretty sad life to come on the internet and make fun of complete strangers, right? These people are ridiculous, yo. They're ridiculous. No one, if you are 6'3", you do look good. I am no one. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's why like I'm super wise and people think that it's a joke, but I'm very wise beyond my years. Um, why you trashing Diddy? I'm not trashing anyone. Why are you coming in here and bringing that up? Because this isn't even about Diddy or whatever. Y'all need help. Hawkeye said you can't talk about anything you want to talk. Wait, you can talk about anything you want to talk about, but cussing only makes you look ignorant. Hawkeye, I'm a cursing Christian, and if you say I look ignorant, cursing is a fucking expression, and I'm gonna curse. I am going to fucking curse. Let me tell you, you can talk to God, you can pray to God, and you can pray to God above, and you can curse 1,001 times. If let me tell you this, you cannot judge me. Only God can judge me, and God knows my heart. You might not know it, but God knows it, and I know for a fact I don't have a bad heart. I don't. I'm not. I save lives for a living. All right. I got to go to work a little later today, a little later this morning. I save lives for a living. Literally, you guys realize, like, I'm not coming on here to troll y'all. Y'all trolling me. I really want to know. I got 4 messages when I got up. And I went to the restroom and I saw 4 messages on my live stream, and it was like, I really wish you wouldn't talk about politics. One is like, I'm unsubscribing, and what's the point of you talking about this? And it seems to like you like drama. Okay, I like drama because I want to bring up politics and I want to express the fact of the matter that I supported Charlie Kirk, that I support President Trump. You guys, you don't have to support these people, but you don't respect me because of what I'm saying. That's the problem. Do you realize you know how it goes? Here lies the issue. That is an issue. That's an issue. The fact of the matter that you don't like what I'm talking about so much that you want to come on here and now you just want to talk about me. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. I feel like, sorry, excuse me. Oh God, my nose is running. Uh, that's the issue. Huge issue. Those Steelers fans do it for me. Um, you are loved. Thank you so much, Jesus of Bethlehem. You sound like voted. You sound like you voted. I now that's a damn lie. It's even a sadder life if you feel the need to protect dudes online from words. Huh? Mr. Get up in there laughing. Amen, brother. Thank you so much. Tommy says, what the fuck? You cannot reason with the unreasonable. I agree with that. You are loved. You are loved as well. I appreciate it. White House swears constantly. Oh gosh. Nobody's defending anyone, just stating facts. Thank you, Coach Rain. Thank you. Take a Pookie. What's up, classmate? Hey, Big Tone, what's up? How you doing? Um, um, Mia says hi. All them degrees and bro still don't look happy. He hate. I don't hate. I don't hate life. What are you talking about? You're too emotional. I'm out. Okay, boss. Boss. Edie. Bye. Why did you even come in? This the world we live in. Yeah, this the world we live in. All you in the chat need to stop and ask Jesus to be your savior. Hawkeye, I agree. And have you done the same thing? Rockaway Point, I want nothing but the best for you. Thank you so much. God bless you. You can take this out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the. Oh, okay. Trail Goat, you retracted your comment. Um, oh Lord, never be quiet. Thank you so much. You seem like a decent man. I feel like I'm a decent man. I literally look. I'm not on here. I'm not on here for the likes and views. I get them. I can do a little damn dance and get thousands of views and get money or whatever. I'm literally concerned because why are people unsubscribing from my channel because I talk about politics? And oh, but if I talk good about Kamala Harris, if I talk good about former President Biden, oh, everybody, people love me because they're on the Democrat side. But I'm not speaking horrible about them. Didn't vote for them, not gonna vote for that party. I do feel like, conservatives are just we work hard. Not saying the liberals don't and stuff. I'm just saying we work hard. We don't want things handed to us. Never stop playing with your nose. Oh gosh, not into cursing. It's not an expression. Cursing is a cop out and it makes you look ignorant. Hawkeye, that is your opinion. And let me tell you, I respect your opinion. I don't support it. I respect you, but I'm gonna fucking curse, okay? I'm gonna fucking curse. I'm gonna fucking curse. Let me tell you. I did a fucking I assisted. Let me just break this down to you. I assisted on a fucking brain surgery yesterday. Woman comes in. Let me tell you what the woman went through. And this is nothing with HIPAA violation. I'm not giving you any information that I don't need to give you because this is just a generalizing information. This woman was having seizures. She would fall down. She couldn't think, properly. Just certain things she couldn't remember. And obviously this woman is very educated, but she was having so many seizures. I found out that she had a tumor, in a part of her brain. We use navigation, go in and we remove the tumor. Do you realize how fucking difficult that fucking case was? You're talking about 6 hours, and the attending surgeon, because I'm assisting him, the surgeon is like, "Fuck, Terrence, fuck." I said, "I know." I said, "You got this. You got this." He's like, "Fuck, fuck." And I need, give me a fucking patty. I need a fucking patty. I was like, yes sir, yes sir. I give them the patties and stuff. These cotton, these patties, or these cotton little cloth things that we stick into the brain, and they absorb the blood, and they help with, as far as the tissue bleeding, because you can't put a tourniquet on the brain. I mean, a patient to die. You can't. So there's blood. You have Bovie, you have coax. It's just all type of different things, you guys. I know some of you guys, this may be foreign, but my point is, the surgery is so difficult, all right? But the surgeon and myself, we were able to remove all the tumor. 1,001 curse words later, for sure, but removed all the tumor. This woman ended up doing the case. We put, we obviously we removed part of the skull. We put the skull back on with plates and screws, suture her back up. We did have to shave her hair, but her hair will grow back. But this woman tumor was removed successfully. Did I curse? Yes. Did the surgeon curse? A whole lot. At the end of the day, saving lives. And I'm sorry if you don't understand that or if you don't respect that, but do not sit up here and judge me because of me cursing. If you don't like me cursing, if it triggers you, you don't have to watch. But know that my right hand to God, this is on my mom's tombstone. We saved that woman life. This woman, this woman is going to be discharged probably within a few days, and can go back home to her children, and go back home to her husband, and go back to work eventually, and not have seizures, and not just fall, and not just, forget things that you and I, probably don't forget or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to misplace your keys, but this woman was forgetting things like big time. And you go in and you correct that because she had a tumor on a part of her brain. And we went in, and thank God for technology and navigation, because you can pinpoint to that. You got to think about the brain is such a, it's such a beautiful, a beautiful thing. But you think about a small tumor in your brain, you have to go in with instrumentation and get this. I mean, that takes for a skilled individual. So, I work with surgeons who never curse. I work with surgeons who curse all the time. At the end of the day, it's a blessing that you're able to save lives. So why do you have to sit up here and look at the fact that people cursing, or maybe the body language, or somebody just, or maybe you got a surgeon who just, he doesn't talk, but the man has saved so many people's lives. He's been a part of saving so many people's lives. Why is that an issue? Is my point. Why is it an issue? I don't think that I'm a horrible person because I use profanity. Does it understand? President Trump, please save us. Rudy, can you say that 5,000 times fast? Because I'm not lying. President Trump, please save us. Make America great again. I worry about humankind turning away from God. Well, I love God. Sorry. What Ann Brown says, hi, you need to stop doing that. Coke boy. I know, because it has my nose running. You're right. I sniff Coke. Oh my gosh. I never seen a fat crackhead, by the way. Get the fuck out of here. Rudy Moore said, okay, why can't we get these amount of Democrat Americans to protest for homeless Americans, but can get them to come together for illegals and weirdos? That's crazy. Absolutely, Jesus is my savior. You play for the other team, bro. Okay, whatever you say. God bless those hands. My son was in brain surgery for 17 years. I mean, sorry, for 17 hours. I apologize. His tumor ruptured. The surgeon saved his life. Amen. God is so good. Curse away. Thank you so much. Witchy chick. Hey, thank you so much. Cause you know what? The shit is difficult. It gets stressful. It does. It gets stressful. My mom passed away of ovarian cancer. She died when she was 51 years old. It broke my heart. And so when I go into these cases, and it can be brain tumors, it can be colon cancer, it can be breast cancer, it can be prostate cancer. I'm going in with vengeance. I'm like, we about to kick this cancer in its ass. And I'm telling you guys, I've been a part of so many successful surgeries, and it just melts my heart. And I really wish people wouldn't judge people because maybe they get frustrated, or maybe they're passionate about things, or maybe they use profanity. To be honest, I'm not trying to say you don't care if you don't curse, but a lot of people who probably curse, especially in the medical field, they actually give a they really care. So what kind of surgical first assist would you want? Someone who just, oh, let me just be quiet and let me just kind of like get through the day the best of my ability, but not really give it my all, or the person who's gonna go above and beyond and will curse somebody ass out when they ain't doing their job and they hold everybody accountable, including themselves. I want that person to operate on me or my loved one. Just saying. Bobby Hill, how you doing? Welcome in. Bobby, did you find Hank and Peggy yet? Your mom and dad? Thank you for coming in. Trump is cool. I love President Trump. Trump is doing great. Trump is doing the great. He is doing the great. He is doing the best he can as well. And people just want to sit up here. People want to attack. If look, if Kamala Harris, Lord forbid, was our president, she would be attacked as well. People are gonna attack people. Look, people attacking me based off of, because of how I probably say things. They're attacking me, which is so sad. Um, Witchy Chick 809 said, yes, love. I couldn't even imagine. I'm telling you, it's something that I thank God for the mindset, for the capabilities, but I mean, I'm nervous, and let me tell you, I'm nervous just like the surgeons, just like everybody in the medical field, because nervousness, you guys, nervous is not a sign of weakness. I'm not like nervous to the point I can't do it. I always show up and show out. I work hard. I always do that. But nervousness is a sign of respect. You respect your craft. When you have somebody who's overly cocky, conceited, like, oh, I know everything and stuff, I would suggest you stay away from those people. Especially the people, I'm gonna be honest, the people who don't, I know I may sound kind of hypocritical, but the people who don't believe in God, I would probably stay away from them. I love a doctor who knows that it's not me, it's God. God is working through my hands, and I love that. I love that. And I can tell you all the surgeons that I work with believe in God just like myself, and we go in and we try our best. We try our best. We're not him. It's God has the final say. God has the final say. Um, the Bass Pro Beanie says it all, LOL. What does that mean? I love the Bass Pro Shop. Peter Griffin says Charlie Kirk wouldn't want you flying a plane. Lord Jesus. We back on the DEI shit again. I struggle with I don't struggle with it. I'm not struggling with no damn cursing. I curse because I want to curse. I know how the hell not to fucking curse. I know how to curse. I'm so sorry, JB2 said I have cancer also stage 4. Wow, my mom was diagnosed in 2016. My mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and it was stage 4. She was diagnosed in March, and she passed away in May. She received 2 rounds of chemo. She received gecinabine and Taxotere. Just 2 rounds of chemo, and her body shut down, and she became septic, and then she passed away. Rudy B. Moore said, I'm proud to be a Republican where at least I know I'm free. I love that. I love that. You're awesome. Bobby Hill says, watch your profanity. Bobby Hill, what are you talking about? Because I feel like Peggy and your mama and your daddy cuss. I think Luann asked cursed too, did she? Did she curse too? Didn't all of them curse? If I'm not mistaken. Skylar Rowland said, people be crazy. People are crazy. I'm serious. People crazy as hell. I don't know why the hell people so damn crazy. I don't know. I promise you, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I am like, it's flabbergasting. The amount of people who are just cursing and and
Style starts with the details.
and doing their job and all this stuff, but then people who like what doing their job but they curse and stuff, but then people got a problem with people doing that, but then it got somebody who probably never cursed, but then they ain't doing their job. Who would you want to be around? I'm glad Trump is not weak. Right? Exactly. We don't need a weak president. That's the deal too. Republicans and I agree, Rudy. What do you do in surgery? I'm a certified first assist in surgery. I'm a certified surgical technologist as well. I'm also out of surgery. I'm a certified sterile processing technologist. So I do like when I travel with that, I'm mainly cleaning instrumentation. I assemble the instruments and all that when I'm that title. But here I'm not that. I am a first assist, so I literally assist the surgeon. So I make incisions. I inject local in the incision sites. I staple across vessels, arteries, veins. I help and aid in removing the specimens. I'll give you an example. Like I said, I did a brain surgery yesterday with navigation. I prepped the site. The surgeon, he went in with the acorn, which he makes holes in the skull, in the cranium with the acorn. I attached the BV1, the connector router drill, and I helped and aided connecting those dots. So you make burr holes, and then you take a smaller burr and you connect those dots. And I gave him a number one pin fill, and he popped the flap. He popped the flap off, and now the brain is exposed. And I put the flap back on the back table. I make sure to put the flap back on the back table because we have to put this flap back on. Sometimes, if it's like say if a patient, emergency wise, a patient, I don't know, construction worker, anyone working on top of a building, they fall off the building and then they hit their head. So now we have to go in. They have subdural hematoma. They're bleeding inside, right? So you have to go in, and if you don't, that patient's gonna die. But so you have to go in. You have to open up that make an incision, take the flap off, and let that brain breathe because it's swollen, right? And so that's when we don't put the skull back on. We don't put that flap back on. So you don't put the cranial flap back on. What you do is sometimes we keep it we keep it in the hospital. We'll tag it, place it in the bag, and we'll pop it in the like. And it's it sounds weird, but we'll place it in our freezers, or a doctor sometimes make an incision inside of the abdomen, and we actually put that part of the skull right inside their patient's body, and then when they come back, and they're going to be at the hospital. They'll stay in ICU. When they come back, we in the brain has the swelling went down. We'll put the flap back on. But yeah, I mean, I just do all. It's hard to just pinpoint exactly what I do because you would have to just like know. But I think to sum it up, I assist surgeons, and mainly neurological surgery, general surgeon, orthopedic surgery. Um, did I say robotic, plastic surgery? I've done lots of different surgeries over the years. I've been doing this for 20 years now. Yeah, I don't mess with doctors because they have God complexes. Scholar, not all doctors. I don't want people thinking that. I work with some brilliant surgeons and I've worked with some evil surgeons. Some of them do have a God complex. They do. But some of them are absolutely brilliant people. I've learned a lot from surgeons. I respect my surgeons, and I take pride in what I do. I really enjoy saving lives. I think it's important. I think it's very important. It takes a special human being to do the jobs you're around. Thank you so much. With your chick, I really do appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I hope and pray that your son continues to do amazing. I think that's incredible. Thank you for sharing that as well. JB2 said, God is so good. I was told I would be gone September 24th, and I'm still here. It's hard. Who do not make me emotional? Because I know people, look, I don't mind by crying, okay? I am okay. I'm comfortable with that myself. Um, but wow, that's something that my mom even had told me when she was alive. She'd be like, boy, I'm not listening to the doctors and stuff. My mom's in the medical field too. She's like, boy, ain't listen to these doctors. She was like, listen, God has the final say. God has the final say. And my mom overcame so much. So don't give up. You pray to God. And when it's your time, it's your time. I was hit by two 18-wheelers. Off-duty state trooper said the car was total. The off-duty state trooper said I knew that was a fatality. Whoever was in that, I was in a Chrysler Aspen, and he was like, whoever was in that SUV, they all died. I hopped out the passenger side. Now the driver's side was just crushed. The passenger side was kind of crushed too, but I was able to hop out. of the window, not even the door. I was able to hop out of the window because all the glass was gone. And yeah, I didn't have a scratch on my body. It's okay, Ocean Girl. It's okay. It's okay, Zachary. It's all right. God bless. Thank you so much. Why does nobody accept that Trump is a PDF? I never got the privilege of going to the island. They just said, nice. God is good. God is good. God said, I love my son and I'm anchored to him. So Katruda is doing okay. That's awesome. I subscribe. Thank you so much, JB2. Thank you. My pen wanted. Oh my gosh, you said your penis. Well, you might need to have something, just you need to have that checked out. That's just crazy. What is the point of you coming in and saying that? What are you gaining by saying some ignorant mess like that? You think this is a joke? This is not a joke. That ain't nothing funny about you saying that. That's silly. That's crazy. I don't even know why you say those things. Um, Mom, this is horrible. I'm alive, but don't feel alive, just existing. JB2, I'm sorry. I hope you don't feel that way. Let me tell you about you coming to this live stream. I know I don't know you. I know you don't know me. Thank you for subscribing, but you are so relevant. You are so important. You're existing, okay? Not only existing, you are living for a reason. And even right now, you don't realize who's probably going to watch this, probably watching now, may not say nothing, or probably watch the replay and feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going exactly through the same thing JB2 is going through. And this person is able to come in and share their truth and their testimony. So you're saving lives yourself. Don't ever think you're just existing. I know you're going through so much, and I know I can't say that I know how you feel with everything, but I promise you in some way, I promise you I understand. I don't know how to prove that, but I promise I just understand. Uh, I don't know how to prove it, but I understand. I'm not trying to say, oh, because I lost my mom when she was 51 years of age, but that was the love of my life. My mom was my best friend. I don't care whoever says that's weird or stuff. That woman was everything to me. And I watched her code. She coded it right in front of me in the room. I didn't leave her side. I stopped traveling for like when she got the diagnosis, I stopped traveling and I was just under her 24/7. I'm such a mama's boy, and I talk about her every single day, but it hurts, it hurts. And actually her birthday, today's the 29th of October. My mom's birthday is in 8 days, and she would have been 61. And she was still alive today. But I don't know. I'm not trying to sound weird, but I know it's hard, especially I was telling my mom, I was like, I had two close friends. Two of my best friends committed suicide in 2014. Both of them committed suicide, and my mom was right there. I cried in my mom's arms for hours, and I mean, she didn't push me off of her. I mean, I cried like a baby. Um, Two of my best friends committed suicide, and I had no idea that they were going through anything. But the point of me sharing these things is you never know what people go through. And my mom was right there, and she telling me all this. Like, as I tell you guys, this is what she told me. She said, you never know what people go through. You just gotta pray. You gotta pray. Don't lose faith in God. She's like, we all gotta go, and some of it, we won't understand. And I'm like, well, why does it have to be the fact that they kill themselves as suicide? She was like, you may not ever understand, but just know, put all your trust and your faith in God. And that's how I'm able to do this now. That's why I say, I mean, this is why I take politics so serious. This is why I take my country so serious. I just wish we can put more faith in God and stop being so hateful. Like I said, I come in, I do these live streams, and people want to sit up here and distract you. I mean, I'm just saying, some people can just be really, really evil. But I pray for them. I don't hate anybody. I don't have hate in my heart. But yeah, JB2, I just wish that you would understand that you are making a difference in people's lives just by coming in here and sharing that. Did anybody pass away when you're doing surgery? Yeah, dollar plus tree, absolutely. People pass away, people expire. I've seen it. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I can tell you this: I've saved more lives than people have passed away. And at the end of the day, it's God. It's God. My sisters, they've had children. My other sister, she had children. She had to have a cholecystectomy, which is a removal of a gallbladder. You always sign those papers. There's always a chance of under anesthesia that you may not wake up. It is very rare, but it has happened. And then, yeah, like we had a trauma last week. Patient comes in, shotgun. Um, Patient dies on the table. Um, you try your best, but what can you do? It's a part of life. It's a part of life. And I can tell you this much: I've never in my life, in 2020, I witnessed it a lot. And in 2020, I was in Galveston, Texas. And I was in Galveston, Texas at the Shriners Hospital, which is a children's hospital, a children's burns hospital. And I never witnessed that much death in my life. But again, that was because of that had everything to do with COVID. But with all that being said, I did witness a whole lot. I've witnessed it all my life. My very first procedure, when I first got involved with this, it was a fetal demise. So that means that the baby was full born, but the baby had already passed away inside of their mom's womb in their uterus. And I didn't even realize what that meant, because on the board it just has a regular C-section. It doesn't have fetal demise. So I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. And when I saw that baby, you talk about an 8-pound baby that's blue, and it's like, I went back to my mom. I started crying. I said, "Mom, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm gonna stop. I'm not. This ain't for me." She said, "Boy, you got this. God has a calling over your life. This is what you have to do. This is what you." I was like, "No, no, I'm not doing it. This is horrible." I started crying. I was like, "No, my gosh." I had nightmares, and she said, "Boy, pray, pray." My mom didn't force me to get into this. But she would always say, she was like, every time you talk about this, your eyes light up. You love this. And you guys, I love the medical field. I don't like some people I work with, but I love every time I scrub in, it's something about having the opportunity to save a life, to impact someone's life in a better way. Even when I don't like working with some people, I'm telling you, I all that's out the window. I care about patients. I will always be a patient's advocate. I'm telling you guys. And you know what I tell myself, even before my mom passed, I always treat patients. I don't care if it's a white older male. I don't care if it's the black guy that was in Michigan. I worked at Jackson, Michigan. Jackson, Michigan, I was at Allegiance Health. Jackson, Michigan has a prison there. And they are, some of those prisoners are just wow. And one man came in, black brother. He had murdered his mom. Now we had knew this. You think I'm not going to get this man? You think I'm not going to give him the same care I would give to a 5-month old? I'm telling you, same exact care. It is not my job to be God, the judge, or the jury. It is my job to be a surgical first assist in fucking surgery. I am not there to judge. I am not there. I don't care if somebody come in and they say kill Trump or kill Kamala, and YouTube don't shut my ass down. I'm making a point here, okay? Because I don't kill no damn body. I save lives for a fucking living, and y'all should know that. But real talk, if somebody coming in saying that, that's what they coming in saying. I'm still going to give them the same respect and care that I would give to, to the Pope or whatever, which I never operated on the Pope, but I've operated on a bunch of priests and, I've operated on a bunch of religious people. But anyway, the point is, I respect everybody. I respect everybody. And I just love what I do. And my sis is a general surgeon and believes in God. I love that, JB too. Oh, I love that. God bless you and your sister. Natalia Bell, life. Good morning. Which area of surgery do you prefer working in? Oh my gosh, that's a great question. I I must say I love robotics. I love robotics. Robotic surgery is just so awesome. So I guess if you talk about specialty, I would say your urological surgeries, um uh urological surgeries, orthopedic surgeries, and general surgeries. I love it's just hard. That's such a I can't just go I love it all. My director says, and I did a meeting because I was very disturbed because a lot of people don't do a lot of different specialties. And she was like, Terrence, you're so valuable. We can put you anywhere. And you just always do an excellent job. She was like, we are just so honored to have you here. And I'm like, thank you. And I'm like, it was kind of weird that she thought that she said that. But yeah, true story. Like I do it all. I do it all. And I don't know. It's hard for me just to pinpoint, it really is. I'm watching this video too. I'm sorry, y'all. Uh, they gonna get that? Oh my gosh, they got it. They got a double major. My grandpa was diagnosed with cancer in America, but he went to Mexico to ask another doctor. They said, "What cancer?" I will fight for my son. I'm not calling the shots. God is. I learned to focus on being here. While here, God is amazing. Hey, absolutely. Hey, Jeff. God, led me here. Thank you. Hey man, thank you so much, JB2. I can feel your aura through the screen and you helped. I've been trying to talk myself out of ending it. My son can stop going through this nightmare. Oh, I haven't told anyone else and God led me to tell you. Thank you for for real. Thank you so much. JB2, God bless you. Please stay in this game. Stay in this game if you want to call it. Stay in this fucking fight. Don't give up. I barely have any friends, Jim, but that's by choice. I used to have a lot of freaking friends, but they all use me. They all use me for money, for monetary gain, for they could they could call me. I could be that shoulder to cry on, but then when I needed to call them, they put me to voicemail. It's a very nice job, Mr. Jimmy. It's lucrative, it's nice, it's a blessing, but it's not for everybody. I didn't get involved with this for money either. I can assure you, it's hard. It's not easy. Haven't heard that word in a while. Sister had twins. She had to get the C-section hard. Wow. Beautiful that you know your purpose. Thank you so much, JB2. Yeah. My mom, my dad, my sisters all say like this is what I'm supposed to do. And I really do believe that. I really do. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. She works at Baylor, Dr. Marion O or G. Oh wow. Do you have kids? I don't have any kids. My ex-girlfriend, she had a miscarriage, and that would have been my first child. My dad said that those things happen unfortunately because God has a plan for me. And I don't know. I've been through a lot, but again, it's like I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I literally believe in God, and God has a final say in everything. I'm here trying to be the best that I can be. But I'm God fearing, and God is number one in my life. Um, Thank y'all so much. I'm sorry, I was looking at this video and stuff, whatever. But yeah, you guys, so it is 7:36 a.m. I do have work at 10:30. I'm gonna hop off of here. I appreciate you guys so much. I was only gonna go live for an hour because y'all know I can go live for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. But honestly, again, special shout out to any and everyone who is going through something. Know that I'm gonna say it like this. Know that God's timing is the perfect timing. It's not your timing, it's God's timing. We have to put faith in God. I'm not trying to push that down anybody's throat, but I'm telling you, I've been through awfully a lot. And I know a thing or two. I don't know everything, but I know a thing or two. And also, I want to share this. We should be able to talk about politics. We should be able to talk about the things that probably are controversial, that maybe, make some people uncomfortable, but not trying to upset anybody. But we should be adult enough, because I have nieces and nephews that can talk about this and not get into a fight. So I don't know why grown folks can't talk about it and refrain from fighting. But we should be able to talk about these things and all be a team and work collectively together to better wherever we are, in the states, out of the states. Let's be equal. I think it's important. And I'm praying for peace. I'm praying for peace, just as Charlie Kirk wanted. He didn't promote hate. He promoted peace, promoted love. But again, people are going to sit up here and try to, tarnish people names because they just don't like people. And that's sad. But anyway, you guys stay in there, hang in there. Don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. I'm not just trying to sound all cliche, but I'm being serious. It takes for you to have a mustard seed of faith for you to be where you need to be in life. And in my humble opinion, I feel like God wants us to go through things so we can better ourselves. You have to go through things in life. Life is not intended to be easy. And I'm telling you, I'm not just talking, okay? I'm telling you, I'm going to go to work, Lord willing, this morning, and I'm going to put my best feet forward, not just one. I'm gonna put both of them forward, and I'm gonna try my best at everything that I do. Am I gonna talk to a lot of people at work? Hell no, because I'm not there to socialize. I socialize on here. When I go to work, it's time of work, and I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna be respectful, but I'm telling you guys, I will always forever be a patient's advocate. I'm always gonna put the patient first because the patient is supposed to be first. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank y'all for sharing me out. I hope you guys come back. I really do appreciate you. And again, JB2, thank you for sharing such a beautiful testimony. I think you're incredible. I think you're incredible. God bless you all. I will talk to y'all later, okay? Y'all have a blessed one. Bye.